Hi everybody, hope you're well. Thanks for pressing play. I just thought I'd do a little video on numbers again, just following on just from the equation that I've been looking into regarding just the date system, the whole way that the calendar dates are numbered, generally based around the fact of from the point of Jesus being born. It's calculated basically 1 plus 2 every year after that point. Okay, so we're now 2017, born 2017 years ago. Right, so it's just before I go back into the bit about the equation and everything, because that equation itself is based around the use of the number 10 when you get to 10 from the equation, of whether you then reduce that down just to 1 plus 0 equals 1, and then you've just got 2. You could just keep going for 2 for each time. But it's because I thought, well, hang on, the 10 is really significant in that pattern, because it gets to the point where it's going to be either 10 or you reduce it to a 2, with adding its mirror 1 plus the 1 equals the 2. But if you do 10 plus the mirror of 10 at 01, you get the 11. And it made me just really think about the number itself, and all numbers, to be honest, everything about numbers. And the fact that there's only really 10 numbers that exist. Every other number then after 0 to 9 is a multiple of those numbers. Everything, in the infinity, every number you could think of in infinity. So, obviously we know what infinity is. Oh, sorry. As soon as I move the camera, focus goes. Sorry. So yeah, an example that we all know about for infinity is the pi equation. It's a point, and then every decimal after that can just go on and on and on and on and on forever. Why is that? That's just like a ridiculous notion, isn't it, really? That almost tells you there's something a bit wrong with this world. I mean, I remember thinking about that when I was doing the A-levels, but that's, going back over half of my lifespan now. It's only now all of it's kind of coming into sync that, well, yeah, what is infinity? It doesn't exist. It's false, isn't it? And I want to try and kind of get to that point of why I've sort of come to that realisation, and it's quite clear because there are only 10 numbers. I've kind of put that bit in the wrong place, there are only 10 numbers in existence, which is 0 to 9. But 0 up to 9, they're all just numbers on their own, like in physical format. It's just one singular number, but it's all a multiple of 1. So 3 is 3 lots of 1, yeah? Everything is a decimal or a multiple of 1. And I'm going to get to 1 in a minute as well, but this is really just about the 10 bit. So to get past 9, you have to then go into the 0. So the importance of that 10, it becomes the decimal, then it's 10. But then you've suddenly got 2 numbers together, 1 and the 0. So it's double digits from then on in. And you can just keep going and you get multiple digits. But they're all decimals of the 0, aren't they? And it's linking in with the duality. When really there's only 1, but 1 is God. Numbers don't exist with God. This is everything I've kind of learnt through this 5 weeks of crash course in Gematria and all of it, really. Well, to do with numbers. But it's the realisation that numbers are a fabrication of this reality. This reality that we're in, numbers are dependent on it. We're the prisoner of them, because it's a construction from 1, and they've basically manipulated 1 with a 0 to create more numbers. Multiples of 1. Even 2 is a multiple of that 1. It's 2 lots of 1. So it all starts from 1. So, and you can think of all the different things where you've got 10 just general things, questionnaires, 10 out of 10 and things, perfect 10, sports and scoring. It's just, a 10 is a number that's quite, used often in describing things, but to be almost a perfect, like everything's amazing, it can't be any better, perfection, which is ridiculous because there's no perfection in this life. It's through God in the afterlife. That's true perfection, not in numbers or anything else really. Hence computers, 1 and 0s, it's all binary, on and off, yes and no. Basically God and Satan. God is the 1. Satan is trying to be God, so he's the 0, he's adding that 0 to create multiples of 1. He thinks he can create an infinity with that circle, with pi and all the digits then afterwards. It's going to be broken. It has to be. It can't go on for infinity. That's Satan's wish, and the scriptures are there. He doesn't get away with it. He has the short time, that time to go around and be weaving his webs, doing all his manipulation, but it's a 33-year lifespan, because that's what Jesus had. As above, so below. And yeah, how many zeros do we want in our bank to feel secure? If you've got 0, you've got no money. Are you panicking? Are you worrying then? Most people do. I mean, I've been there. But I mean, I'm realising we almost have to come away from this dependency. I've made big decisions over the last few days about my career and all sorts. There's no longer any lukewarm feelings in my eyes for this. And it's because I can see it in the numbers. And it's the numbers that we're almost a prisoner of at this point. Everything's recorded by numbers, time. We're prisoners of time. And money. Back to your zeros again. How many zeros? Decimals. Possessions as well, sorry. Just multiples. I need more and more and more of 1. When there's only really, we just need the 1, which is God. But I know it's really easy for me to be saying all of this because I've lived my whole life through the money system. Everyone does. There's very few people who aren't able to be part of the beast system. But it's the realisation of it, I think. And it's only now the time really seems to be important, the realisation of all of that. So yeah, it's kind of linking in with the equation over the dates, and I'm going to do that as a separate little video, just to almost do like a walkthrough of it, so we can do it hopefully yourself as well with a pen and paper, just to show how every 9 years there'll always be the 10, which becomes the 11. But yeah, thanks for checking this out so far. Take care.